This is Dr. Clyde Letzum, and today what I'd like to go over is Kirchoffs Current Law. And before I do so, I'd like to mention that if you find this video helpful, please go ahead and share and like this video. Okay? All right, so moving forward here, we're going over Kirchoffs Current Law in particular, but before we get there, we're going to do a general overview of Kirchoffs laws. So Kirchoff's law, Gustav Kirchhoff, developed two laws that are often used in electronics. The two laws are based on observation he made about circuits, in particular the loops related to circuits, and the nodes within circuits. When it comes to nodes, it's the current that he noticed something in particular. And this is what we're going to be going over today, the current at a node, okay? Currents at a node, to clarify things a little bit, a node is a junction between two or more parts or components in a circuit. And by the way, these two laws are based on conservation of energy in a circuit, okay? All right, now having said that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Kirchoff's current law in particular. Kirchoff's current law states that the sum of currents at any given node or junction is equal to zero. That is, the summation of currents, remember we use the letter I to represent currents, summation of currents at any given node is equal to zero. I like to consider when looking at the currents, anything that's going into a node, any current that's going into a node as being positive, and any current that's coming out of a node as being negative. Okay? Now, having said that, let's take a visual of this. So if we have this node right here that has three currents into and out of the node, or connected to the node, let's say that way. So we have some component over here that's sending current into the node, and some component over here that's receiving current out of the node, and same thing over here. We have some component over here that's receiving current out of the node. In this case, this current here we call IT, this one I2, and this one down here I1. IT is positive based off of the way that I do my analysis again, and you can do the opposite, but this is just the way I prefer to do it. IT is positive and I1 and I2 are both negative, and so therefore IT plus negative I1 plus negative I2 will give us 0, and IT minus I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Okay? All right, so now that we've learned a little bit about Kirchoff's current law, let's take a look at this example here. And in this example, we have a 12-volt voltage source that's in parallel with two resistors, R1 and R2. R1 is 1 ohm, R2 is 2 ohms. And we want to find the current going into this node right here, current coming out of this node right here, and current coming out of this node right here, going down this line for I2, this line for I1, and coming out of here, going into here for IT. Okay? But what I'm going to ask you to do is go ahead and try to solve for all three of those. Okay? And I'll pause for a minute, and you can pause the video also. And we'll come back and look at how I calculated the three currents, and you can compare to see if we get the same answer. Okay. All right. Now that we've gone through all of those, okay, or done our analysis, I hope. Let's take a look here. We have IT again. We're using the same equation. IT plus negative I1 plus negative I2 is equal to 0. IT plus negative V1, okay, meaning the voltage is seen across resistor number 1 here. That gives us the current going through here. Voltage is seen across resistor number 2. That gives us the current going down here. Now, the reason that we could do this is because of Ohm's law. And if you're not familiar with Ohm's law, I have a video on Ohm's law related to Ohm's law in my set of videos that you can review. Okay. And so using Ohm's law, we're able to substitute this here for I1, this here for I2. And so we end up with 12 divided by 1, which will give us a current going down here, and 12 divided by 2, which will give us a current going down here. And both of these, remember, are negative because their currents are coming out of the node. Okay, and so once we calculate this out or minimize this, we get that IT is equal to 12 plus 6, which is equal to 18 amps. So IT is equal to 18 amps. The current that's coming down here is 12 amps. And the current that's going this way, down here, and then back here, that is equal to 6 amps. Okay, and so those are the three values for I1, IT, and I2 in this circuit. Now moving on, let's look at a second example. Second example here. In this problem, what I did was, in this circuit here, what I did was I included a third resistor right here. And now that we're looking at this, it's important to point out here that between I3 and I2, there's a node right there, okay? And that node that's right there has current going in, which is I2 here, but it has nowhere else to go other than coming out here. And so therefore, this going here, I2 is equal to the same value coming down here, which then goes back to this node, okay? And so again, what I did was I added this resistor in here that is different from the first example. And so what I want you to do again is to just go ahead and analyze the circuit, find these three values for the currents based off of Kirchhoff's current law. And again, I'll pause. You can pause the video and then we can come back and talk about the values. All right, so now that you've done that, let's go ahead and see how I calculated this out. So IT plus negative I1 plus negative I2 is equal to 0, same as before. IT plus negative V1 divided by R1. Again, this is the current that's coming down here. And so over here, it's the voltage as seen across these two resistors combined. Since these two resistors are in series, and we know that they're in series because whatever current goes in here is the same exact current that's coming down here. Okay, so they're in series. We can add the two values together. So 1 ohm plus 1 ohm will give us 2 ohms, and you'll see that in a minute. So it'd be V1 divided by R2 plus R3, that sum. And of course, remember, it's negative. Okay, and so we end up with this equation right here, which IT plus negative 12 divided by 1 plus negative 12 divided by 2. And that again gives us IT is equal to 12 plus 6, which is equal to 18. So this is 18 here. This over here is 6 amps going here and then down here. And this is 12 amps. Okay. All right, so that is our second example here. Now let's look at our third example. This one is a little bit more complicated. It's going to involve a little bit more work. So same as before, and please ignore the V12 over here for now. Same as before, we're going to analyze what is going on in this circuit here in order to figure out what IT, I1, and I2 are, okay, in order to, again, solve for those, okay, and we're using Kirchoffs Current Law. You may have to use something else in addition to Kirchoffs Current Law, but again, the purpose of this is to use, we have to at least focus on using Kirchoffs Current Law, but again, you may have to use something else in addition to Kirchoffs Current Law, okay? All right, so again, take a few minutes to do your analysis and then come back and see if we have the same answer. All right, now that you've done that, all right, let's see here. So it's important to note here, because you have this resistor that's here, we cannot say that this voltage, is the voltage seen across this resistor and being R1 and this resistor R2. We cannot say that, okay? So we have to do a little bit of manipulation, if you will, of the circuit. And of course, it has to be all legal and scientifically correct. All right. And so what I did was I did this. How did I get here where this is R12 here has 1 ohm? Well, what I did was I combined the two of these resistors. They're both in parallel. Okay. And when those resistors are in parallel, use the equation in order to figure out what their resistance is, and based off of my calculations I got 1 ohm, okay, for that. Now let me show you how we got to that point. Okay, so we took these two resistors here, put them in parallel. The equation that we're going to use is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Take the inverse of that, and that'll give us the sum or the total resistance between these two parallel resistors right here. Okay, and it's important to mention here too that the resistors are in parallel because they're connected at both ends to each other. There's no other components in between here. Okay. All right. So given that that's the case, the two resistors are 2 ohm and 2 ohm resistors, and so that means 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. If we take half and half, we add it together, we get 1. The inverse of 1 is 1, and so that's how we got the 1 ohm here. Okay. And so now, so these two circuits are equivalent to each other, in other words, in terms of, I guess we can say, for lack of a better term here, outcome, okay? When we look at this circuit here, remember what we're trying to figure out is the current here as well as current here and here, okay? Well, since we have these two resistors that are in series, again, the current that's going in here is exactly the same current that's coming out here, okay? Since these two are now in series, we can use voltage division in order to figure out what voltage we see across this R12 resistor, which is, we'll call that voltage V12, okay? Since these two resistors have the same value, that means half of the voltage that's here will be dropped across here, and half of the voltage that's seen here will be dropped across here. So that means 6 volts dropped across here, and 6 volts dropped across here. So that means V12 is equal to 6 volts. Now that we know that, we can do this following calculation here, where now we can use our Kirchoffs current law. And so we have IT again is equal to, IT plus negative I1 plus negative I2 is equal to 0, okay? And IT plus negative V12 divided by R1 plus negative V12 divided by R2. Again, this is a substitute for this is a substitute for that, okay? This here now, and actually this, let's see right here. Yes, okay. All right, so so once we do that, we end up now with negative 6 divided by 2, because 6 now is the voltage 1, 2, and R1, remember, was 2 ohms, so that's 6 divided by 2, which is 3, okay, or specifically negative 3. And same thing here, it's V12 again was 6. 6 divided by 2 is negative, is 3. And remember, we're doing coming out nodes, that's negative right here. And so that's also 3. And so we get that IT is equal to 3 plus 3. And so IT here means that this here is 6 amps that's going in here. Okay, so it's 6 amps going in here, 3 coming down here, and 3 going this way. Okay, and so that concludes my presentation here on Kirchhoff's current law. If you want to learn about Kirchhoff's voltage law, I have videos on that in my set of videos. But again, this is specifically on Kirchhoff's current law. Again, if you found this video helpful, please go ahead and share and like. And again, this is Dr. Clyde Letzum, and I'm closing out this video for Kirchhoff's current law.